Well, that needs trimmed. All that high grass right along the sidewalk. Yep, that needs trimmed. Lots of grass growing in my rock wall there beside the CarMate trailer. Yep, that needs trimmed. The stairs going out back.
Hi, Chad here with Purple Collar Life, and in this video, it's going to be a short one today, just about an upgrade I made to my FS 55R Stihl trimmer, or as I call it, weed whacker. Now this weed whacker, I'm not exactly sure how old it is, I think 10 to 15 years probably, and it's the only weed whacker I've ever owned that hasn't given me trouble. It starts every time. I think I may have replaced the carburetor at one point, or the fuel line, about 5 years ago, but it's worked great. You can see this is the solid shaft, the straight shaft. Again, it's the FS 55R. It has been a great machine for me. If you watch the channel, you know I've got a lot of mowing that I do here at the house, and we mow a cemetery. And this summer we've been mowing an additional property. So this thing has had plenty of use over the last 10 to 15 years. It's been great. Before this, I had a lot of cheaper weed whackers that were always breaking down, always letting me down. And I felt like I spent more time working on the weed whacker than actually doing any trimming. You can see though, right now I've been behind, and here's why. This is the trimmer head that's been on my weed whacker since new. And it has been really good. You know, it's pretty simple to use. You just tap down when you want to feed more string as you're weed whacking, and it feeds more string out. But in the last about month, mine hasn't worked great. You can see that the bottom is worn pretty flat here. There's not much grip on it. When you're loading new string, it's difficult to twist this because it's hard to get your fingers to grip it now. But let me show you how it worked, what I would typically do, and why I'm replacing it. Now, to load this trimmer string, you would need about 6 feet of string. This is what I usually did, was 6 feet. So it uses 0.095 inch string. I would unwind about a wingspan for me, so about 6 feet. I would find the middle point, use my wire cutters, cut it at the middle point so I've got 2 equal length strings. And then I would need to trim, you know, it makes a uneven cut there on the edge. I need to trim that into a point, get this lined up, feed 1 string in this side, 1 string in this side, and then twist this. And it pulls that string in, and then as you're trimming, you just tap down and it feeds more string out. You can see though, it's really hard to grip this and spin it now because it's so worn down. And the issue I've been having is when I press down, it's not feeding out more string, so then I'd have to manually back it out and pull out string length. And that's a pain when you're trimming, because especially at a cemetery, you hit the cemetery stones with the string and it breaks off pretty quickly on those granite stones. So, you know, you're feeding a lot of string, and you have to do it manually by twisting it out. That's really a pain. So I didn't really know what it would take to replace this. I went out to my local Stihl dealer, and as you can see, new string head on the machine. The new string head is the AutoCut C26-2. You can see my local Stihl dealer is Fisher & Father, and it cost me $29.99. Now my old trimmer head up until this point has worked great. I haven't minded cutting the 2 pieces and feeding them in. That's better than other systems I've used with other trimmers. But this one's even better. 1 piece of string, 8 meters long, so about 24 feet. You take 1 piece, 24 feet long. You take that 24-foot piece of string, you've got an arrow here and an arrow here. You twist this to line this line up with those arrows. Feed the 24-foot string halfway through, so you've got about 12 feet on each side, and then twist the string in, into place. You can see it gets shorter as you're twisting it. And then leave the amount you want to stick out. You actually want a little bit more than that. As you're weed whacking, you can press down on this, it'll feed out more string. But you can see that's much better than cutting a piece in half, trying to get it lined up on each side and twisting. Feeding one string the whole way through and twisting it in, I think, is a much better system. Stihl does have a good video on their YouTube site on how to replace these trimmer heads, but just the basics of it. You're going to take something solid like an Allen wrench, not something like a screwdriver tip where it's pointy, but you see this is squared off at the end. Put it down in this hole and push down, and that allows you to twist off the spinner head. Now it's going to spin in the opposite direction that you would think. You can see how just having this in place kind of locks that and allows you to twist it off. So to replace it, you put this in, twist the old head off, just like this one. You can see it's threaded and it does unscrew. Hold this in place, twist your new head on, and that's it. Very easy. There are no hour meters on these Stihl trimmers or weed whackers. And I can tell you, I put a lot of hours on this trimmer string head, and it did great all this time until now. But I'm excited to try this new one. Again, 24 feet at a time. So I went ahead and I've got this much left of my original spool, but I bought another spool because feeding 24 feet is a great advantage. I want to make sure I have enough string to do that each time. And let's see how it works. Now again, I don't know about all Stihl dealerships, but at Fisher & Father in the parts department, they went ahead and put this on for me. So that was great of them. I don't know if all dealerships are like that, but certainly great customer service at the Stihl dealership in my area. Works great. Good job, Stihl. Good innovation on the replacement trimmer heads. Thanks for watching. If you like videos like this, give us a thumbs up, comment down below, share with your friends, and we'll see you the next time.